Lucy. If you're new to my channel, I make videos on spirituality and mental health. And in this video, I want to talk about Venus, Mercury, and Mars, what they are, and the benefits of dressing for them. So, the majority of the world goes by tropical astrology, also known as Western astrology. Then there are some people that go by Vedic, also known as sidereal, and both of those are very valid, very real, but I personally mostly prefer Draconic. But whichever one you prefer, this video is still meant for you. Because I do often hear people say, well, I don't really resonate with this sign, the fashion, and I tell them, well, do you want to try maybe different types of astrology? And of course, also check what house it's in. That also plays a role. First, we have our Venus. Venus is the planet of love, beauty, and pleasures. Some astrologers say that it's like the perfume in our astrology, the scent that we are supposed to give off. It represents how we approach relationships, how we like someone romantically. Astrology does not discriminate, so this applies to anyone of any gender, non-binary, etc., etc. It represents what we find romantically attractive in women. Like if you're a straight man, or if you're lesbian, or if you're bi, pan. Venus also represents our values as well as our taste in art and fashion. I do believe that Venus is the main core of our aesthetic. So by dressing as our Venus, we are dressing as the best version of ourselves. So I know that a lot of people dress as their Venus with the intention of attracting the person that they like. But in my experience, it also helps with self-love and self-acceptance. One of the benefits of dressing like your Venus is that you attract like-minded individuals. Like that saying, birds of a feather stick together. And I actually want to use this scene from the movie Heathers as an example.
God, Veronica, drool much? How very.
So Heathers is a cult classic. It is one of my favorite movies. JD is the new kid in town, and he is wearing a trench coat, a bit like a goth kid. Not really. And he notices Veronica Sawyer, who she stands out from everyone else, but mainly because she is the only one wearing black and gray, just like him. Which sounds weird, but it's a bit like signaling like we are like-minded individuals, we're bound to get each other, get along. And there was this instant attraction between them. Even though they're not meant to be, there still was this attraction. So by dressing for your Venus, you are much more likely to attract people that are compatible with your Venus. And another benefit of dressing for your Venus is enhanced self-expression as well as a confidence boost. And it makes sense because when you look good, you actually feel good. And it will help you understand yourself better and align much more with your values. And now we have Mercury. Mercury is the planet of communication. So obviously, by dressing for our Mercury, we are going to be much better communicators. It's also a way to express our intellect, our adaptability, also how we think and process information. So here are some benefits to dressing like your Mercury. So obviously dressing for your Mercury is going to help you express yourself in a much more clear and confident way. It also showcases your intelligence and your interests. It helps you express your thoughts and ideas in a way that feels much more authentic and real to you. Mercury is also known to be very versatile, so it helps with adaptability, a bit like our rising. Our rising, we dress as our rising to approach new situations, social situations. We dress for our Mercury in order to adapt to social situations, whether it be casual or professional. There are some signs that are very professional looking, like Capricorn, and there are some less professional signs, like Taurus. Taurus, the style would be very comfortable, like hoodie, sweatpants, and I don't recommend showing up to a professional meeting wearing a hoodie and sweatpants. Obviously, stay true to the Zodiac sign, but still look professional and presentable, like mix and match some things. For example, I have Mercury in Aquarius, and I love to dress for my Aquarius placements. Aquarius is known to be a very eccentric sign that likes to stand out. And obviously, if I were to look professional, I would have to tone it down. Obviously, still wear the colors for Aquarius, whether it be light blue or gray or white, but still in a way that, feels true to me. And yes, it does bother me that I have to compromise, but it is the world that we live in. However, when I'm in a non-professional setting, I can go all out. Our Mercury also represents personal branding. So you will often see celebrities brand themselves, and they often use their Mercury, their rising, or midheaven, or all three. So if you wanted to brand or promote something, especially if it had to do with your voice, I recommend dressing as your Mercury. And now we have Mars. Mars is the planet of sex. And that's it, just sex. It's also the planet of war, and it's our passion, our drive. It's how we take action, how we express our assertiveness, our desires. It does play a role in how we take on challenges as well as our physicality. So our Mars is what we find physically attractive in others, no matter what our sexuality is, like no matter what you identify as, it's how you find other people attractive, physically attractive. And it's also how you attract others. So I have Mars in Aquarius, and I heard that our game is not having game, meaning don't do anything, people will come to you. And in my case, it's always true because I have no luck when I try to approach people. So obviously by dressing for our Mars, we are going to attract people that are compatible with the Mars. For example, Aquarius's opposite sign is Leo. So as someone who has Mars in Aquarius, I'm going to attract people with a Leo Venus. Opposite planets, opposite signs, it makes sense. And it's also going to enhance your magnetism and help you connect much more easily with others. By dressing for your Mars, you're going to feel much more powerful and much more confident, obviously. I'm having flashbacks of when I was younger and I was experimenting with fashion, like before getting into, fashion astrology. And sometimes I would experiment with the Aquarius aesthetic. And I remember that whenever I wore it, I would feel much more powerful and motivated, which I never do. Like, I never feel motivated to do anything. And yet, like, I felt ready to take on anything, like challenges, which was so weird. But yeah, like it resonates with me. By dressing for your Mars, you're going to feel much more motivated to make a lot of bold choices that you wouldn't normally make, which sounds weird because it's just clothes, but apparently like placebo effect, it's a thing. And yeah, that's it for this video. I will also make part 3 where I talk about the other planets like Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus. So if you liked it, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Blessed be, and bye.